We're in Belfast at Queen's University for the 2018 edition of the Rustlers Collingwood Cup final. The host club Queens have made it to the decider. They haven't won it since 1985 and they're facing in UCD the most successful team in the history of this competition, the 46 times winners. They've already claimed it recently in 2016. After knocking out holders UCC in a 7-goal thriller yesterday, Queen's University make 2 changes from that semi-final as Callum Smith and Conor Kerr come in for Josh Curry, who's on the bench, and David Elliott, who isn't. Here's their coach, Rory Taylor.
I remember chatting to you before the tournament, and we're really looking forward to hosting this year. It's been a great tournament, and the lads have acquitted themselves really well so far.
It's been an amazing run. It's been some really close calls along the way and some high-scoring, spectacular efforts.
Yeah, I think somebody described it as rock and roll football, so yeah, hopefully we can score a few more today against UCD.
3 changes for UCD after their 2-0 victory over DCU in the semi-final, including a change in goal as Gavin Sheridan replaces Conor Kearns. Josh Collins is suspended, and also on the bench is Yo-Yo Mande as they're replaced by Darren McConville and Gregory Sloggett. It's 6 Collingwood Cup wins already for coach Dermot McNally.
Yeah, it's that time of year again, another Collingwood final. Really looking forward to today's game. It's an historical final, isn't it? Queens from the north and ourselves from the south, and really looking forward to today.
A unique final in many ways, and here you are up here playing in Belfast. You're very much an away side in a final you've dominated down through the years. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a huge factor. Hosts in any tournament, whether it's Collingwood Cups, World Cups, Euros, you know the hosts have a big advantage being the host team. As I said, a traditional final. Great. I think it's great the Queens are back in the final. They have a great historical record in this competition, and it's great to see them back in the final.
Well, a good crowd. The main grandstand just about full over on the far side here at Queen's. A historic final. Queens haven't won this trophy since 1985. Can they do it in Belfast? Well, UCD, who last won this 2 years ago, are aiming for a record 47th. But a major change in goal for them today, and it's an interesting one, definitely. Well, Gavin Sheridan being placed in goal today for UCD in place of the man who's been in goal for the competition, Conor Kearns. So how they deal with the big decider, we'll have to see.
Queens are getting the wide players back, nearly playing as fullbacks, and they've got the fullbacks inside, so they're very, very compact, lots of bodies behind the ball. They've got 10 men back behind the ball, as you can see now, every time UCD attack. So it's going to be difficult for UCD, and they're going to have to be patient and just keep prodding away, and hopefully something will break for them.
It's Sean O'Reilly with somewhat of a generous back pass. Lally came out quickly, got it away with Georgie Kelly lurking, the last man really that Queens want, within 5 yards of the ball. Past the last man, and there's another UCD free kick. Chance for a good delivery, and Kelly was in there, and so too was Sloggett, and that's a good claim by Lally. Danger already from a UCD perspective. They launched a good one in, and that's their best opening so far.
Yeah, they've had 2 real good opportunities, Will, and you know, I hope it doesn't come back to haunt them, but they really should be ahead at this stage.
Really, really damp at Queen's today. Snow overnight too, remember. Typical February football, and the big break is on here. O'Reilly's pointing the way. It was a brilliant pace by Dara Rooney. He's won the free kick too. Queen's got the counter-attack running very, very swiftly. Maxim Kugun's had his speak with Ryan Hanna to the referee.
Yeah, I think he's a bit fortunate to get a free kick there. I think he needed to release it. Niblock made a good run outside him, burst the gut to get through, and he didn't quite see him, so a little bit fortunate. That's where they need to be better, on these counters.
The Queen's free kick, deep one. And a brilliant first-time strike by Ronan Young. Just off target. Formerly of Dungannon Swifts. We were right behind that, and that was a superb strike.
Good strike, just curled away at the last minute, Will. But, you know, as I said before, these are the opportunities that Queens will really need to take advantage of. They're not going to get too many chances, I don't think, as the game goes on. So they need to capitalise on something here.
Launched long again by Gregory Sloggett. Malloy. Chance to bring it out wide once more. Gary O'Neill. It's good work by Timmy Malloy, and the hanging cross was excellent. But you have to say Georgie Kelly and Jason McClellan more or less got in each other's way.
Yeah, I think Georgie made a run to the back post and Jason didn't see him quite coming in. Maybe they could have just changed position there. But again, decent opportunity. Best opportunities have come to UCD have been off from headers, which is credit to Queens, because they defended well and made them cross the ball, haven't been able to play through the middle. They need to take more responsibility in these situations.
You have to say so far both sides have pretty much cancelled each other out. Here goes Jason McClellan, faced by Callum Smith. Good ball in the centre. This is his Sloggett. Out wide again for McClellan. Cross from the left. Superb ball in space for Malloy. Ping it all round. Malloy again. That's a lovely opening goal from Timmy Malloy.
Very, very good play, Will. You have to say, really, really good goal. Patient. Went from side to side. McClellan done really well. Cut the ball back. Too many bodies back from the cross. It cut it back cleverly. Played out to O'Connor. Kept his head. Back to Malloy, and a really, really good finish. And you'd have to say, probably just about deserved to take the lead.
Superb combination that was between Timmy Malloy and Dara O'Connor. O'Neill instrumental at the start of that move too, and Gregory Sloggett. But Malloy, a cracking finish. Man who played in the side that reached the Intermediate Cup final in 2014, only to lose to Avondale, and he won the Collingwood Cup.
You can see O'Neill here. Look, clever play, pulling away from where the ball is, finding space. Queens find it difficult to mark him. He's a clever player. Picks up them pockets, and then he uses the ball very, very well too.
McClellan doing well, doing brilliantly. Went laterally across. Malloy setting it up. O'Connor, good pullback. They've got plenty up there, and they could have had another goal.
Good play again, Will. Not far away from McClellan. Good patient build-up, getting the ball into wide areas as they've done well. And what I like about O'Connor and McClellan, when you get into them areas, they don't just put the ball in. They look, they assess it, they pull the ball back if there's too many bodies back where the first goal came from, and a similar situation there. So really good play.
O'Neill for Cogan. Solid cutout by Callum Byers. Oh, that's a late one by Byers.
Oh, that's a very bad challenge.
On O'Neill. And it will be the first yellow card of the final. O'Neill played it and Byers followed through, and that's yellow.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit lucky to get away with a yellow there, Will. You know, I've seen reds given for them. I don't know how much intent there was, but he was certainly very, very late.
You're not going to see that ball again. That's almost ended up in the Malone Road. But Conor Lally is getting some terrific distance on those goal kicks. It is a bit breezy today. It's not a very exposed venue, but the wind is picking up and it's playing a part. It's helping Queens in this first half, which is almost up. Fife went down, free kick just outside the area.
Soft one to give away, Will, and it's given them a good opportunity. Again, we'll see, maybe see Ronan Young on his left foot, put in a couple of decent deliveries early on. I think this is kind of set up for him to have a shot.
Ronan Young, the taker. Does he fancy curling it? He did too, over the wall! What a finish by Ronan Young! A terrific free kick to pull Queens level.
Yeah, fantastic goal. We did say he's a lovely left foot. He's put in some great deliveries, and this one was tailor-made for him to have a strike on goal. Not a lot the keeper could do about it. They're the ones, you know, there's nothing you can do. He gets a really good strike over the wall. The side the keeper was shown. I don't think any keeper would have saved that, really, you know, because it went in like a bullet.
A marvellous free kick by Ronan Young. It's the first free kick that he had close in on goal. Brilliant swing, fabulous finish. And Queens bring it level just before half-time at 1-1.
I think it's their first shot on target as well, Will. So give them great hope now. It's made a completely different complexion on the game now going into the second half.
Well, Gavin Sheridan really hadn't a save to make all game. Just a couple of catches as down goes Eamon Fife right in front of the dugouts, and that'll be a yellow. So it's a goal apiece, it's a yellow card apiece. Looks like Kelly, it was who went in on him. We'll have 1 added minute at the end of this first half as well. But Georgie Kelly has picked up UCD's first yellow card of this Rustlers Collingwood Cup final. Yeah,
he was late. It was a late challenge, no doubt about it. Probably a little bit of frustration as well, having just conceded a goal, and I was giving them a red card, Will.
Well, it was yellow a few seconds ago, and I think what's happened is the referee, Ryan Hannes, had to think about it, and it's more serious than he thought. The red card coming out. What a major incident just after the Queen's equaliser, right on half-time. The board up for the extra minute of stoppage time, and such an important player to UCD too, Georgie Kelly, has been sent off.
That's bizarre, Will. You know, he's given him a yellow card. I don't know if Georgie, it wouldn't be like him to make any comment back to the referee. I don't see how he can change his mind. He's seen the incident clearly himself. It's right in front of him. He's given the yellow card. Why he's given the red, I don't know. We'll have to see. But very, very strange. But it's decisions now, and you know, Darren McNally will have his work cut out at half time because they were cruising in the game, absolutely in no danger, in my opinion, of losing the game. But it's completely changed now with the equaliser, with the fantastic strike from Young, and then that decision to send off Georgie. So it's going to be a tough half time for Darren McNally to organise his troops firstly, and then to get them, you know, really up for the second half, because I think Queens will have the bit between their teeth now with the extra man and haven't got back into the game. So
at half time in the 2018 Rustlers Collingwood Cup final, it's Queen's University Belfast 1, UCD 1. There's the change. Gareth Coughlin is on for the second half. Gary O'Neill is off, so not only have they lost their top scorer in the competition, they've also lost their captain. It's a big, big double blow with the second half of this Rustlers Collingwood Cup final about to get underway.
It's a real test of character now for UCD. You know, everything's gone against them. It could possibly go against them so far in the game. So it's a test of character to for the staff first of all, and for the players to see how they cope.
So away we go for this second half at Queen's, the Rustlers Collingwood Cup final. Queen's University Belfast 1, UCD 1. They have to deal with what they have. It's a long one by Callum Byers. It's at the feet of Darren McConville. It's short by Darragh O'Connor, and a good interchange between him and Sloggett. And O'Connor, another good Maisie run. It's a lovely try! Brilliant, brilliant break by O'Connor, and almost found the net after a fantastic Maisie run.
Yeah, really good, Darragh. Really, really good at that, coming in off the line, linking in. Really good 1-2 himself, Sloggett. Makes his run across. Hard to mark. The fullback doesn't know whether to go with him or whether to leave him run across, let him run across, and he's just inches wide. A really, really good chance.
6 minutes into the second half. Brilliant break by O'Connor and just wide. It's Darragh O'Connor. Short for Sloggett. It was his foul on Kevin Niblock. Queens didn't waste any time with the free kick, and they've got plenty of support. Here goes Young. Lovely try by Young. Almost his second of the game. A real stretch by Gavin Sheridan to keep it out.
Yeah, I think he's seen it late, the keeper. He done well to get down. Sheridan, again, good break by Young. Looks dangerous now. Queens look dangerous. I think fatigue may play a part, Will, as the game goes on. I didn't mention earlier on in the first half about Darragh Rooney. He put in some shift. He put some graft in yesterday as well in the game, so I'm not too surprised to see him go off. Being replaced by, I think it's Jarlath O'Rourke, who's a top player.
Dungannon Swifts, and he didn't feature in the quarter-final or semi-final. So Jarlath O'Rourke is on to replace Darragh Rooney for Queens. Here goes Darragh O'Connor. O'Connor trying to pick out McClellan in the centre. Here goes Timmy Malloy. Malloy! Good save, Lally. It sat up for Malloy very well. And having put UCD in front, that was a real tester for the Queen's keeper, Conor Lally.
Yeah, it was a good effort. I think it was just a nice height with the keeper. Maybe Malloy could have went with it with his left foot, decided to go with the outside of his right foot. Couldn't get as much power on it, but a really good effort.
It's short for Maxim Kogan. Here's Jareth O'Rourke now. First time to see him run with a ball at his feet in this game. The 22-year-old. He can't do it all on his own though. Well, for a while it looked as if he'd no other option. There wasn't a lot of other support up there. And then he gave it away. It's O'Connor away again. And the challenge by Niblock gives the free kick away.
It's very open now, Will, the game. It's end to end. Middle of the pitch is being vacated by both sides.
McClelland over it. Shamrock Rovers old boy made his UCD debut against Liverpool. That's not a bad delivery either. It's not bad opposition. There was a big opening summer with which he joined college. Obviously the European run coming a few weeks later. Liverpool XI officially. More great work, but the cutout important by Smith to make sure it wouldn't find Coughlin, but they plenty of men over. And the low strike, dangerous, almost treacherous for Lally, but he got down well to save to deny Timmy Malloy.
Connor done really well there, Will. Really good work. He's just switched sides with McClelland here now temporarily, possibly. Really good work down the flank. Another cutback, and Malloy, another shot on target.
And Slugger's gone down. Free kick UCD. They could build from here.
It was a strong challenge, Will. But I've been hit by a juggernaut there.
Yeah. Thumping delivery in the middle. It's a looping header from Liam Scales, but just over the top. And that's among the best chances that UCD have had in this second half.
It's probably the best chance of the game, Will. He'd be very, very disappointed not to score. Scales, he's normally quite reliable in them situations. Good head of the ball. Again, maybe just a little bit of fatigue. You can concentrate fully on it, but had a fantastic opportunity to win the game.
Niblock with close control. Trying to pick out O'Rourke in the centre, and he has on the turn. O'Rourke, that was the winning of the game. That was the cup final there and then. Jareth O'Rourke in the turn, and Sheridan saves it.
Good save, Will. Good save. Got a good hand on it. Really, really good turn and shot by O'Rourke. As I said, he hasn't been involved much, but he showed his ability there.
But there's a big opening here for Coughlin to win the cup for UCD. And what a save by Lally. Big opening right at the end. Gareth Coughlin was in, Sean Byrne alongside, and Conor Lally with a terrific save. So at either end, in the space of 40 seconds, Queens and UCD both could have won it.
I think he's got a score there. 10 yards out, point blank, a little bit of composure, maybe sliding into the corner, went for power. Keeper done well, stood up.
Coughlin was at the near post, but it's covered by Conor Lally to get it quickly away. I don't think either side on a day like this really fancy extra time. Challenge was tough, but Ryan Hanna, the referee, keeps it flowing. Well, in both cases, first for Queens, for Jareth O'Rourke, and then UCD for Gareth Coughlin. That was the Rustlers Collingwood Cup final up for grabs. Still could be. Timmy Malloy. O'Connor got the range. That's the cup. That's the cup. Darragh O'Connor gets the winning goal, and you will never see a better cup final winner than that in the 94th minute. Oh my word, UCD have got the cup now. No doubt about it. Darragh O'Connor, there's timing.
Unbelievable, Will. I think it was actually O'Connor who had the point blank shot just a second ago. And when you put it into perspective, he can't score from 8 yards out. He sticks one in from 25 yards out into the top corner. Magnificent goal, and worthy of winning any game.
Great finish. Magnificent goal. Deep into stoppage time. Darragh O'Connor with a magnificent strike. He had the time to run with it. There's a free kick right at the end for Queens. It was Eamon Fife who went down. And he's fancying a pop of this straight away.
He scored from this nearly exact position, Will, in the game on Monday. in the 4-3 win on Monday in the quarter-final from a nearly identical position. So, you know, he's well capable. It's probably going to be the last kick of the game, so he's got to make sure he gets on target at the very, very least.
Well, Ronan Young scored a peach of a free kick right at half-time. It's Fife now to force extra time. It's just over the top. And Queen's best chance might have just gone.
Decent effort, Will. Did little bit lower now, and he had the goalkeeper troubled. But you'd have to think now, I mean, you know, the ref must be on the blow now. I think we played over the 3 minutes.
Well beyond. He'll have added a bit of time for the celebration anyway. No substitutions made during stoppage time. The cup is UCD's again for a 47th time, and Darragh O'Connor is the man they're all rushing in to celebrate and congratulate. A magnificent goal in something like the 94th minute. Wins it for UCD, but what a story to the game. 47th time that UCD have won the Collingwood Cup. Has there been ever any more dramatic than that? UCD lift the Rustlers Collingwood Cup for 2018.
I wouldn't mind with 2 minutes before, and when I won, I hit it straight to the keeper, so I was probably going to be in a lot of trouble if that second one didn't go in. But no, listen, cup finals, you dream of scoring the last minute winners, and to put it in the top corner, like, can't really write it, could you?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. A 94th minute, not much chance for Queens to come back, but they almost did with a free kick.
I heard earlier on that your man scored the free kick there, scored in the first game, I think, again, so we had a bit of history. So that second free kick, we had every man back, and thankfully went over the bar. I'm lucky for him, but couldn't believe it when, absolutely. Can't have too much time for celebrating, because I think we've DCU next Tuesday in the semi-final of the CUFL, so it'll push on hopefully and do the double again. It'd be nice to finish off the season.
We may see you in that as well. Well, congratulations.
Please God, thank you very much.
Well, let's bring in the captain. And Gary O'Neill, how frustrating was it for you to have had to watch a lot of that final on the bench, having gone off injured?
Very frustrating, to be honest. I got the tackle very late in the first half, and I thought I'd be alright. I thought it'd be okay to continue. I done my best to shake it off, but as soon as I got in at half time and I settled down, I tried to get up and come up for the second half, and my knee just gave way. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but watching from the sideline, just proud of all the lads, to be honest. You know, the way we dug in, and probably makes it all the sweeter, the last minute winner.
I mean, but the fact that you had to go off at half-time, the fact that you had Georgie sent off just before half-time as well, you had to play the second half with 10, so there's you and him. I don't know if you were sitting alongside each other, but I mean, really frustrated, no doubt, and then, you know, the game's getting further and further, and you're thinking, well, it's going to be extra time now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought myself and Georgie would be, you know, two of mainstays in the 11 that play in the Electricity League, so to be watching from the sidelines is very frustrating. One of you helping the lads, but as I say, very, very proud of the lads to win the game so late in the game.
I mean, ultimately, we're going to remember this as a great cup final, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was a fantastic game. 3 really cracking goals as well. Tough for UCD to play the second half of 10 men. 3 games in 3 days, all that stuff. I thought they acquitted themselves really, really well. The second half probably wasn't as good of a football game as the first half. It came very stretched, I think. UCD they couldn't really get the passing game going with being a man down. The pitch as well. Gary gone off probably makes them tick, as we said in the first half. So a lot of things went against them. Queens coming in as heavy underdogs, equipped themselves really, really well. Got themselves back into the game. Everything went for them in the first half. Second half, I felt they could have pushed on a little bit. Maybe they got tired. They had the extra man, didn't really utilise them, and UCD looked more dangerous even with the 10 men.
UCD claimed the Rustlers Collingwood Cup for a 47th time, a dramatic last gaff Darragh O'Connor winner against the host Queens, who acquitted themselves so well this week. From Belfast, it's goodbye.